So good day everyone, my name is Lydia Oluwaseyi Adedoja, lead at FUTApreneurs, and today we're bringing you something different, something special. This is spotlighting a particular entrepreneur or business owner on FUTA campus, and today we're bringing you a very special edition, the first of its kind, and we're going to be spotlighting a fashion brand. So let's meet her. So, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Alright, please can you introduce yourself?
Alright, hi, my name is Gabriel Sharon. I am a veteran, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, chemical engineering department, 400 level. Alright, so I'm currently building my fashion brand, Sherry's, and I guess that's what brings me here.
Alright, so tell us more about Sherry's. What is Sherry's all about?
Alright, Sherry's is a fashion brand and a fashion community for entrepreneurs, creatives, people that have big visions that they're building, big dreams that they're building. So what we do is we help them show up confidently for the dreams that they're building. We dress people up to fit the future that they're building and give them a community to also motivate them and help them to become.
Okay, so can I rightly say that Sherry's is not a fashion designing brand, it is a fashion statement brand?
Exactly, can say that.
All right, so along the fashion statement, you're also building a community.
Yes.
Brilliant. But I mean, this idea is kind of different. I don't think a lot of brands do this. I mean, just come up with, okay, I want to create a fashion statement. I want people to feel this way because of a particular cloth and all. What makes you think this is actually going to work? What makes you push that this idea actually makes sense?
Okay, so I think I should start from... Can I start from the story behind the brand?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my brand started off as a reflection of my journey as a person.
Okay.
I used to have like very terrible self-esteem. My self-esteem was very shitty. And so coming out from that phase into being somebody that is confident, and not just confident, but doing something that actually like works and like having a vision that I believe in, it like motivated me to actually be like, okay, why not just... At first it was just a fashion brand just to make clothes for people, and then I thought to myself, I was like, why not just make this something that people can actually relate to? I mean, there are people in the same situation, probably not the same, but there are a lot of people that are trying to build stuff. Why not make this in a way to inspire them? The story of the brand, the collections, everything, why not just build it in a way that it just inspires people and everybody just grows together, basically. So I believe that it will work because, I mean, as a community, as a brand, we're all growing, and I don't know, I just see it as something very, very beautiful. I believe deeply in my vision, and I know it's gonna work.
Okay. I'm starting to believe by everything you've been saying too. So, but what you mentioned, I'm starting to feel like there was a time where you were not out there.
Yeah.
There was a time where you were just doing your thing, like you just wanted to do it, and let me just do this thing because I want to probably get money or something. And you sound like someone that has been in a particular cubicle, like,
oh my goodness,
and all that. So, do you want to like share? There was more light on what Sharon of 2 years or a year ago actually looks like.
Okay. What that person had social anxiety.
Social anxiety?
Yes.
You don't look like it.
Oh my dear. You can see me now and say, okay, no, there's no way this, because I'm like literally, you can probably call me an epitome of shamelessness. Very, very shameless, right? But a few years ago, say 2 years or even like 1 year ago, I used to go to events. I think the first time that I went for an event, even like as a vegetarian, that was probably last year. Oh yeah, around like a year plus. Actually.
Last year?
It should be almost 2 years actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went for that event and my body was shaking. They like talk to people and I was like
no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Do you get?
Alright.
It was easy for me because like I'm fine, and like people would naturally want to talk to you as a fine person.
I mean,
but then like coming out to talk to people, it was a huge problem. There was this time, Babs of Last Bag. So he saw me. That was around the time that I first his community meetup was one of the first events I attended in
Okay.
school. So I saw him and he wanted to shake me, and I was like, let me just like, maybe he'll pretend like, oh, he didn't see it. And just like run away for his son. It was a very, very awkward moment. It was very, very awkward. I used to be so much inside my shell. It would take you to be very close to me to know that, okay, this person is not a shy person, or this person does not have social life, that you would never ever know.
That's really beautiful. I mean, it feels like an evolution actually, and I'm so proud of how you're doing, all the things you're doing. I mean, I've come across your brand a couple of times, and I can basically say that you're actually doing very well.
Thank
all right.
you.
So, but can you take us down to what Sharis is actually doing presently?
Okay.
Do we have a collection? Do we have a particular thing that you're doing in the brand presently that you want people to know about? So can you just brief us about that?
All right, for sure. I think a few months ago, that was in August, we launched our first official collection.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3-part collection. It was just the first part of the collection that was launched on the 24th of August, right? And so the concept of the collection is, it basically carries the story of all of us. Basically, it tells how somebody comes from a background of being scared, being shy, having an idea that they don't know how to put it together, when people tell them that, okay, you're not enough, you can't do this thing.
So it's more like a show of your journey.
Exactly. It's more or less like a show of your journey. The theme of the collection is the awakening.
The awakening.
The first drop, which is becoming. We launched it in August, on 24th of August. And today is actually like the last day of the collection's first drop. Yes.
Alright.
Successfully sold out, like even over sold out.
Nice.
We sold more than the amount that we initially wanted to. Yeah, well, our second drop is going to be coming up very soon. We're still like in the works, trying to cook behind the scenes. But yeah, everyone should anticipate our next drop.
Alright, so you have that, anticipate for the next drop of the awakening. So I actually like the concept behind that. It feels I don't know, it feels kind of elevating actually. The fact that it's more like a layer of collections where this is the main goal. The main goal is to awaken to the things that you're meant to do, the things, your journey majorly. And then the becoming is more like the way you've explained now is more like your journey of becoming and becoming to the awakening, and you have to awaken to actually become.
Oh my God! I need to put this guy on my team. You're feeling the vision. I love it.
My people won't allow you. All right, so you're talking about the next drop.
Yeah.
So how many drops exactly are we expecting?
It's actually a 3-drop collection.
All right. Yeah. So the name of the family is the awakening. We have the becoming, and then we are expecting something next. So I'll be expecting as much as all the viewers would be expecting and anticipating. So please, I know you won't disappoint us. I mean, I would have wanted us to talk about what the becoming was, what the clothing was, but since the collection has already closed, I wouldn't want us to dwell on that. But can you just tell us what was the so that they can know what to anticipate for the next one, so that they can see how important the last was. So can you just brief us quickly about what the becoming collection was like? What kind of clothes was it? A skirt? Was it a gown? Was it what exactly was it? So just brief us.
All right, so we had 3 pieces in this collection. The first piece was a vision board t-shirt. So it was basically what you would call a normal t-shirt, but the t-shirt carried a story, right? So behind every t-shirt was a personalized vision board. And what is that vision board? So we asked our customers or our dreamers, where do you see yourself in the next couple years? What are things that you really want to do? And so we visualize all of these things. We get pictures, we put it together in a collage, and then put it on the shirt, and then underneath it we have something that says, every step that I take takes me closer to my goals. Yes.
Every step that I take takes me closer to my goals. I think I should write that on my wall and sing it every morning.
Right.
Kind of amazing,
That is
amazing,
actually
amazing,
the
actually.
concept. So the concept of that was that, okay, you're not just wearing a clothes, you're actually wearing your vision,
your future.
Exactly. And so in times where you feel like, oh, it's hard, like you have something to see and to hold on to and be like, I need to keep working because this is something that I'm building, and I'm not going to stop until this thing that on this shirt becomes the life that I'm actually living.
It's actually really, really, really nice.
You
can't just get tired one day and like, you know, it's more like a way to remind you of your why, like where you're actually going.
Exactly.
And this Bible verse that says, write the vision clearly so that those that say it may run.
Exactly.
I'm so impressed. I'm very, very, very impressed. But was that the only thing?
No. We also had a convertible cargo pant.
All right,
to go with it. It was a trouser and was also a pair of shorts.
Okay.
So the story or the idea behind that particular piece was that okay, when you're going out, like as a regular student, you want to look stylish.
Yeah.
That's where like the full cargo pants comes in. But then when you're working, you want to be comfortable. You want to be like, for example, someone that is going to the market, it's much more convenient for you to put on shorts going to the market than wearing trousers. So the idea of the pants is that you're hustle ready. So whether you're going to class, you have to look like, okay, formal, you want to slay, you put on the trousers. And when it's time to get in the game, when it's time to be on your grind, you can easily remove it with a zipper. It has the zipper there.
So it's more like a switch in between levels. That's really nice. So for those of us that want to buy short and want to buy a long trouser, we can just buy one. I mean, save the money, save the pocket. The goal is there, right? But I know that after seeing the series, some people would still want to like buy the series, buy the collection, and or would you be open to sell at that point?
I've actually had this question a lot, and I don't know if I can answer that question yet. But please reach out to me. We'll talk about it. We'll have a conversation.
So stay on our page so that you can get the update on if it's going to be on sale still. That's actually really nice. So can you, if this was your first collection, can you just bring us about how your creating process comes in? Like, I mean, the goal is known. The goal is known. How did you come about let's do this? Like, this is what we should do. What was your thought process like? What was your inspiration? I mean, your inspiration was the goal, but I mean your inspiration on this is the exact cloth, because there are so many people that have a lot of ideas and they can't basically put it in action, and we most times say is act, but what if we don't know how to actually act? What if we don't know how to actually put into the process? Not because we are lazy, but because we don't have direction. So what is your thought process? And I mean, when we want to cook, we place the pot on fire, we pour water or oil or anything. So just run us through your thought process.
Okay, so I'm going to start by saying clarity came in motion. Right, at the beginning of the year, I knew that when I was writing out my goals for the year, I knew that I wanted to drop a collection. I dropped like a mini, like just a small collection, usually just to test out, okay, what is it going to be like. That one was actually kind of a fail, and I almost got discouraged. But then, like later on, during the course of that, like trying to get ideas for everything, I got the inspiration for a convertible outfit. I didn't know what it was going to be. At first, I thought it was going to be a dress, because if you check, I have this diary where I like make out sketches when I have like ideas and all. I was thinking, how am I going to put a zip in a skirt or a zip in a dress? And I think I would actually want to stick. I'm going to look like that away. So right, it was like, I was like, how am I going to, like, how is this even going to work? But I'll say that as I continue, like, breathing over it, it all just, like, came. It all just came to me. And I will not just say that I was the one that thought about it. Like, the didn't just come into my head. I like to say that God is like the source of my creativity. Because I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, did I really come up with this? No. It was definitely God that put the idea.
I love the fact that you placed God in the center of everything. And I think that's one thing we create as entrepreneurs should never forget. The God factor. The God factor is very, very important actually. And you mentioned something about a failed collection. Can you just tell us 2 lessons that you learned from that video that helped this collection?
Okay, 2 lessons. I think the most important lessons that I learned, and I think I'm going to how do I need to now to
just no, you can just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Alright, so the first thing that I learned was not to do everything by myself, especially just doing. But this particular collection, I promised myself, I said I wasn't really touch a single thing. Yes, if it was like getting the fabrics, sure, I could go out to get fabrics. But it's fine. I was like, no, I'm not going to get overwhelmed because it's kind of like it can be overwhelming, right? So I outsourced for this particular collection. And then another thing that I learned was not to keep people in so much suspense. And even when you're trying to keep people in suspense, like then there be a direction for it, right? And it really helped me in this collection because at last time people almost beat me up. Just like saying 50 days to go.
So it was kind of a lot of
like, what is she launching? But this time around, I came out I told the story of the collection. I carried people along with the process. And like a lot of people really related to it. I think that was one of the things that made it like a very huge success.
So one thing I can actually pick from, or 2 things I can pick from what you said now, is the first, as entrepreneurs, it is not about us. It is not. You being an entrepreneur does not, I mean, the definition of entrepreneur we even got in primary school was not you actually working. It is actually taking risks and all that. And that is more like a lesson to learn that being an entrepreneur is not about you alone. It is not a self-business. It is where you empower people. And I think that's one thing to actually commend, where you don't have to do everything all by yourself. And then the second thing you mentioned was about, the what's it called now?
The use of suspense.
The suspense. I mean, most times we try to create awareness by putting the suspense, and then we forget that people can get they can lose interest in what we're actually trying to pull out there. And I think it's really nice that you've learned out of that. And I know there are some people out there trying to do something similar and they won't make that mistake. So thank you so much.
I thank you.
So thank you so much for sharing that with us. But in general, what would you say has been your biggest challenge so far?
My biggest challenge, let me speak. Money.
Okay. I think most times we actually say things like money is not your biggest challenge. Like you need connection, you need other things, you need resources and all that. I mean, I for one, I'm someone that believes that money is not first my business and my issue in everything. What do you think about money is actually very important. Alright, so the last question I have for you is, as a future student, how has it actually been for you being an engineering student? In fact, how has it been for you balancing everything and all that?
The struggles has actually been rough. It hasn't been easy at all, having to go to classes, having customers that you have to go and get fabrics for, having to deal with people not being able to meet up with deadlines because of they have schoolwork to do. It hasn't been a lot, but I'll say patience, perseverance, and leveraging on the people that I have around me. Exactly, like during exams, asking people that are like well grounded in the whole school system to actually put me through. Exactly. And in terms of like assignments, it's leverage. I'll just say leverage, patience, and God.
Alright, so leverage, patience, and God. So in just 2 words, just give an advice to an upcoming fashion brand in FUTA community that would like to also come up to an extent from the ideation stage. Just 2 words of advice for them.
2 words. Okay. Jesus.
It doesn't have to be actually 2 words.
Okay. 2 words I'll make story is, don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
You have an idea, just execute, man. Execute. Actually, that's the word. Execute.
All right. So execute.
Yes.
Stop thinking too fast. Stop thinking too long.
It's not
execute.
that deep.
I mean, someone else is thinking about your idea, and you don't know about it, and they're executing faster than you. So thank you so much for joining us in today's episode of Spotlight in FUTApreneurs, for FUTApreneurs community, basically. So thank you so much, everyone, for also watching. If you watch to the end, please leave a comment down below on what brand you would want us to spotlight next week on the second episode and series of this show. Thank you so much. My name remains Adedoja Lydia Oluwaseyi, and
Sharon.
Bye.
Bye.